20 psychological facts about Scorpio that few people know. The enigma of Scorpio. Scorpio, the 8th sign of the zodiac, is shrouded in mystery. Ruled by Pluto, the planet of transformation and rebirth, Scorpios are known for their intensity, emotional depth, and an almost magnetic presence. Many think they know Scorpios, but the truth is far more intricate. This video will uncover 20 psychological facts about Scorpio that will not only help you understand them better but also make you appreciate the layers of this fascinating sign. Hook, a story of Scorpio's loyalty and revenge. Let me tell you a story about a Scorpio named Alex. Alex was the definition of loyalty, until someone betrayed him. The betrayal was not just about losing trust, it was about breaking a sacred bond. Instead of lashing out immediately, Alex played the long game, meticulously strategizing his next moves. Months later, the betrayer found themselves in a series of unfortunate events, none of which seemed connected, except they all traced back to Alex. This story exemplifies the strategic, emotional, and intense nature of Scorpios, which we will explore in depth today. Part 1, the emotional and psychological depth of Scorpios. 1. Scorpios are emotionally intense yet guarded. Unlike other water signs, Scorpios don't wear their hearts on their sleeves. Instead, they experience emotions deeply but keep them locked away, revealing them only to a select few. This duality makes them both passionate lovers and enigmatic individuals. Example: Emma, a Scorpio woman, was known for her reserved nature. At work, she remained professional and composed, but those closest to her knew that behind closed doors, she was deeply emotional and protective of her inner world. Only those she deemed worthy saw her true self. Scorpios are often misjudged as cold or distant, but in reality, they feel everything deeply. Their guarded nature is not a sign of disinterest but rather a form of emotional self-preservation. They need to be sure that the person they are opening up to is trustworthy before revealing their vulnerable side. 2. Once betrayed, trust is never fully restored. Scorpios have a long memory when it comes to betrayal. Unlike other signs who may forgive and move on, Scorpios remember every detail of the hurt and rarely let go of the grudge. Their intense emotional investment in relationships makes betrayal a devastating experience. Example: Liam, a Scorpio, was once betrayed by a close friend who spread false rumors about him. Despite apologies, Liam never treated that person the same way again. To him, broken trust was irreparable. This tendency can sometimes make it difficult for Scorpios to move on. They may cut ties completely, or in some cases, they will remain civil but never allow the same level of closeness again. This trait is rooted in their deep need for loyalty and emotional security. 3. They have an uncanny ability to detect lies. You cannot fool a Scorpio. They possess an almost supernatural intuition, making it difficult to deceive them. Even if they don't call you out on a lie immediately, rest assured, they know. Real-life application. If you ever lie to a Scorpio, don't expect them to confront you right away. Instead, they will silently gather information and wait for the right moment to reveal their knowledge. Scorpios are incredibly observant, picking up on the smallest details that others might overlook. Their ability to read people makes them excellent judges of character. This is why many Scorpios are drawn to careers that require sharp instincts, such as psychology, law enforcement, or investigative journalism. 4. Scorpios are masters of emotional strategy. Whether in relationships, business, or social interactions, Scorpios are strategic thinkers. They rarely make impulsive decisions and prefer to analyze every possible outcome before taking action. Example: a Scorpio businessman once waited 6 months before making a deal because he was studying his competitor's weaknesses. When he finally made his move, it was calculated and left no room for error. This ability to think long-term gives Scorpios an advantage in many areas of life. However, it also means they can sometimes come across as manipulative. The truth is, Scorpios don't manipulate for selfish reasons, they simply prefer to be in control of their environment to avoid being hurt. 5. They are drawn to deep, meaningful connections. A Scorpio is not interested in superficial relationships. They crave emotional depth and will only invest in connections that offer a sense of intensity and authenticity. Example: Sophie, a Scorpio, once ended a friendship because she felt it lacked substance. She didn't see the point in maintaining a relationship that was purely for convenience and had no real emotional foundation. Scorpios will not waste their time on small talk or shallow interactions. They want conversations that challenge them, relationships that transform them, and people who inspire them to grow. If they feel a connection is surface level, they will eventually drift away. How these traits impact Scorpios in their daily lives. The emotional depth of Scorpios shapes their experiences in multiple ways. In friendships, they may have a small but extremely close circle of friends who they trust completely. In love, they require deep emotional intimacy, and will not settle for anything less. At work, their strategic mindset helps them navigate challenges. But they may struggle with superficial office politics. In family, they are fiercely protective of their loved ones and expect the same level of loyalty in return. Part 2: Scorpios' relationships and social dynamics. 6. They will walk away if their peace is threatened. If something or someone disrupts a Scorpio's inner peace, they have no problem cutting ties. They are not afraid to start over if it means preserving their mental and emotional well-being. Example: Jake, a Scorpio, had been in a long-term relationship that started strong but became emotionally draining. His partner often disregarded his boundaries and played mind games, making him feel constantly on edge. One day, after months of internal deliberation, Jake chose to walk away, despite how much he had invested in the relationship. This decision wasn't impulsive but necessary for his well-being. Scorpios view their emotional health as a priority. While they love deeply, they understand the importance of cutting ties with anything that drains them. They may take their time to make such decisions, but once they do, there is no going back. 7. Gemini and Scorpio, a difficult match. Scorpios and Geminis struggle to find common ground. While Geminis thrive on change and lightheartedness, Scorpios seek depth and loyalty, making this combination a challenging one. Why it's difficult? Geminis enjoy variety, social interactions, and keeping things exciting. Scorpios prefer deep emotional intimacy and strong loyalty. Gemini's unpredictability can make Scorpio feel insecure, while Scorpio's intensity can overwhelm Gemini. However, with patience and effort, some Scorpio-Gemini pairs do make it work. They must learn to appreciate each other's differences rather than seeing them as obstacles. 8. Scorpio women value physical and emotional intimacy equally. For Scorpio women, intimacy is not just a physical act, it is a sacred exchange of energy. If they feel their partner is not meeting their intensity, they will not hesitate to move on. Example: Rachel, a Scorpio woman, was in a relationship with someone who was emotionally distant. Although everything seemed fine on the surface, she felt an emptiness that she couldn't ignore. Eventually, she ended the relationship, prioritizing her need for an intense, deeply connected partner. Scorpio women require both emotional and physical fulfillment. They are highly attuned to their own desires and will not settle for a relationship that lacks passion. 9. Aquarius and Scorpio, a clash of ideologies. Scorpios and Aquarians have fundamentally different approaches to love. Scorpios crave emotional closeness, while Aquarians prioritize independence, leading to frequent misunderstandings. Why this pairing is challenging? Scorpios desire deep, emotional commitment, while Aquarians prefer relationships with space and freedom. Scorpios may view Aquarians as emotionally detached, while Aquarians may see Scorpios as too intense. Their communication styles differ. Scorpios prefer heartfelt conversations, whereas Aquarians enjoy abstract, intellectual discussions. Despite these differences, Scorpio-Aquarius relationships can work if both individuals respect each other's needs and create a balanced dynamic. 10. Scorpios have a magnetic presence. Their aura exudes confidence, mystery, and charm. Whether they intend to or not, they often find themselves the center of attention. Example: even in a crowded room, Mark, a Scorpio, always seemed to draw people toward him. His quiet yet confident demeanor intrigued others, and his ability to engage in meaningful conversations made him memorable. He wasn't the loudest person in the room, but his presence was impossible to ignore. Scorpios have a natural allure that makes them fascinating to others. They don't seek attention, but their depth and authenticity make them stand out effortlessly. Part 3: Scorpios' core values and life philosophy. 11. They value loyalty above all else. If you are loyal to a Scorpio, you will have their unwavering support. However, once you break that loyalty, the relationship is irreparably damaged. Example: Julia, a Scorpio, had a best friend who always stood by her side, until one day, that friend betrayed her trust by sharing a personal secret. Despite apologies, Julia could never look at the friendship the same way again. To Scorpios, loyalty is everything, and once it's broken, it's nearly impossible to repair. 12. Scorpios are passionate but not always romantic. Unlike other water signs, Scorpios may not express love through grand romantic gestures. Instead, they show love through devotion, protection, and unwavering support. Example: David, a Scorpio, rarely bought flowers or planned surprise dates. However, He was always there for his partner, providing emotional support, deep conversations, and a level of care that surpassed traditional romantic gestures. For Scorpios, love is about depth, not surface-level affection. 13. Their greatest fear is betrayal. Nothing shakes a Scorpio more than the feeling of being betrayed. This fear influences how they form relationships and who they choose to trust. Why this matters? Scorpios test people before fully opening up. They are naturally suspicious and take time to trust others. A betrayal, no matter how small, can lead them to shut down completely. Understanding this fear is key to maintaining a strong relationship with a Scorpio. Once trust is lost, rebuilding it is an uphill battle. 14. When angry, their words can be their greatest weapon. Scorpios rarely explode in anger, but when they do, their words can cut deeper than any physical wound. They know exactly what to say to leave a lasting impact. Example: when Chris, a Scorpio, found out that a co-worker had sabotaged his project, he didn't yell or cause a scene. Instead, he calmly confronted them with irrefutable facts, making the co-worker realize they had made a terrible mistake. Scorpios know how to hit where it hurts, but they only do so when pushed to their limit. 15. They do not tolerate cheating or dishonesty. For a Scorpio, infidelity is an ultimate deal-breaker. They do not entertain second chances when it comes to broken trust. Example: Mia, a Scorpio, was in a long-term relationship until she discovered her partner had been unfaithful. Without hesitation, she ended the relationship. For Scorpios, once trust is shattered, there is no going back. Part 4. Scorpios, Strengths and Transformative Energy. 16. Scorpio women are direct and do not play mind games. If a Scorpio woman is interested in you, she will let you know. She has no time for unnecessary games or ambiguity. Example: Sarah, a Scorpio woman, always made it clear when she liked someone. Unlike others who hesitated, she boldly expressed her feelings, expecting the same honesty in return. Scorpios don't waste time with uncertainties. 17. They are analytical and fair-minded. Scorpios will not make judgments without facts. They take their time to analyze situations before forming an opinion. Example: James, a Scorpio, had a reputation for being cautious. If he heard a rumor, he would investigate thoroughly before forming an opinion. This trait made him a great advisor and an even better friend. 18. Scorpio men seek adventure in love. They are not content with routine relationships. Scorpio men want passion, depth, and new experiences that keep their emotional and physical connection alive. Example: Daniel, a Scorpio, always planned unexpected road trips and surprise getaways for his partner. He believed that relationships should never feel stagnant, and that excitement was key to a lasting bond. 19. They can transform themselves and others. Scorpios go through many personal evolutions throughout their lives. They are drawn to personal growth and transformation, both in themselves and in their partners. Example: Olivia, a Scorpio, used her past failures as fuel for self-improvement. She believed in the power of change and often inspired those around her to embrace transformation rather than fear it. 20. They make those they love feel special. When a Scorpio loves you, they do so with their whole heart. Their intense emotional intelligence allows them to understand and fulfill their partner's needs in a way few other signs can. Example: Mark, a Scorpio, was known for always remembering small details about his loved ones. From their favorite song to their childhood dreams. He made sure they felt seen and appreciated. Conclusion: lessons from the Scorpio mindset. Scorpios teach us about the power of emotional depth, the importance of loyalty, and the resilience needed to transform pain into strength. While their intensity may be intimidating, those who earn their trust are rewarded with a fiercely protective and devoted companion. Call to action. If you found these insights into Scorpio fascinating, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the Path to Buddhist Wisdom for more deep dives into astrology, psychology, and personal growth. Turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Leave a comment below sharing your thoughts, especially if you're a Scorpio yourself. See you in the next video. Rock it.